Hi, this is Miss Peta. So this video is to show you repeated subtraction. Repeated subtraction is a strategy used to divide. Repeated subtraction is a method of subtracting the equal number of items from a larger group, and you subtract until you reach 0. Let's see an example. First off, in order to complete the assignment, you have to read the book The Doorbell Rang on YouTube, and the link is provided. I will also add it to the description. So if you start reading the book, it tells you that Mama made some cookies and Sam and Victoria are at the table. They each received 6 cookies. So what do we have to do first? We don't know the amount of cookies, so we need to multiply to figure out how many cookies were made. So there's different strategies, as you can see over here. We have the repeated addition strategy, equal groups, number line, arrays, and skip counting in order to multiply. I'm going to be using the strategy of equal groups so we can figure it out. So I have this group is going to represent Victoria, and this group is going to represent Sam. So if they each received 6 cookies, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cookies for Victoria, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cookies for Sam. So how many cookies are there in total? 6 times 2 equals 12. Okay. So now that we have our total, now we can get into division. Now let's get to division. So now that you know that there are 12 cookies in total, you can start dividing. When you do repeated subtraction, you have to subtract the same amount from your total until you get to 0. Let's try it with Victoria and Sam. So we found out there were 12 cookies. Victoria and Sam, that's 2 kids. So we need to share them between them. We need to share the cookies between both of them. So we are going to divide 12, which is the total amount of cookies, by 2. And this is our division sign, okay? 12, the total, divided by 2. What do I have to do? You must take your total, which is 12, and subtract it by 2 until you get to 0. So this is where we are going to do subtraction repeatedly. We are dividing by 2, so we are going to subtract by 2. Okay? Now, follow me, okay, as I do this, because it can get a little bit confusing, so make sure you're really paying attention. Let's see. So we have our total, which is 12, and because I'm dividing by 2, I'm going to subtract by 2. 12 minus 2 is 10, minus 2 is 8, minus 2 is 6, minus 2 is 4, minus 2 is 2, minus 2 is 0. So Miss Peta, how am I going to get my answer? Well, once you reach 0, you have to go back and you have to see how many times you subtracted. So let's see. Let me get my highlighter. Okay, I'll use this one. That's fine. So here we subtracted minus 2 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. So that is going to be your answer, okay? How many times did you subtract 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 12 divided by 2 equals 6. Okay, let's move on. As you continue reading the book, the doorbell rings and Tom and Hannah come in. Okay, so now there's not just Victoria and Sam, but now we have Tom and Hannah. So now those 12 cookies have to be divided by 4, okay? 12 cookies in total divided by 4. Why by 4? Again, because we have 4 kids at the table. So 12 divided by 4, what are we going to subtract by? By 4. We start at the total. 12 minus 4 equals 8. Minus 4, remember we have to read 0, equals 4. Minus 4 equals 0. So we are done. Now how do we get our answer? 1, 2, 3. How many times did we subtract? I'm sorry. We subtracted 1, 2, 3 times. So 12 divided by 4 equals 3. Okay? 12 divided by 4 equals 3. This is how you do repeated subtraction. Now let me show you how to do the pictorial representation. We have the total amount of cookies here. I have 12 cookies here, and I have to divide those by 4. Okay? Victoria, Sam, Tom, and Hannah. So I'm going to take my cookies and I'm going to divide them by 4. Now remember, we have to divide them equally. So I'm going to start giving each kid at the table 1 cookie. Just like that, until I run out of cookies. Okay, and then you are going to see how many cookies each person received. Okay, so there it is. I took my 12 cookies, divided it by 4 by giving 1 to each one, and they each get 3 cookies. As the book continues, more and more people start coming up again. So you need to divide 12 cookies by the amount of people. I did this because this is what you see on your work paper. So make sure you go over it. If you have any more questions, let me know. Thank you.